life will humble you pretty quickly.
Hello? You're currently on the phone with KCK. Yep, that's me.
Welcome back, everybody. We are currently on episode 71, so that's exciting. I'm Casey, obviously, hence the title, On the Phone with KCK. I guess it's I'm on the phone with KCK, but, we'll just go whatever I'm feeling for the day. How is everyone? How's everyone's start to the new year? I'm recording this on Sunday, January 5th, which is actually the day of the Golden Globes. So you probably won't hear about the Golden Globes that much, but I think I'm going to try and do a TikTok. I shouldn't say try. I'm going to do a TikTok. This is me having you guys hold me accountable to actually do it. Everyone makes fun of that Michaela girl for complaining about being an influencer, but I would like you to sit down and try and edit a video. And all the little things that you don't even think about until you get to a point and it's like the picture is not the right proportion. So you have to go back and edit the picture. The song you want to use isn't available, or there's just so many little things that you aren't aware of. And you find that out pretty quickly. And then what you think is going to be like a 20-minute editing session and posting and everything turns out to be like maybe an hour because there's just so much. So anyway, I can't complain. I've got to start because it's like part of the job, honestly. So it's a good problem to have, but I enjoy it. So I'll still deal with it. I actually will not be able to watch the Golden Globes tonight because my friend Stephanie is having a housewarming party, and I am excited to go to the party, don't get me wrong, but I love award shows. Even the ones that I hate, I love them. I used to have parties, like watch parties for like pretty much every major. I guess I didn't really know about the Golden Globes or the SAG Awards or what's the other one? Oh my gosh, there's one more. I'm forgetting. But we did like the Oscars and Grammys, the VMAs, the Teen Choice Awards. I mean, I was in high school, so it kind of made sense. But yeah, so this is the first one of this season. The next one will be, I think, next Sunday, honestly. I don't know which one that is. I know the Oscars are February 2nd, and the Grammys are March 2nd. Actually, don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure that's right. Anyway, so I will just kind of be keeping tabs on TikTok and Twitter and all that stuff and writing down who wins the major categories. I'm actually sad because I love Nikki Glaser. She is so funny, truly so funny. I feel like she's had kind of a big year this year, and I hate to be this person, but I was a fan of hers before the roast, before the iconic roast that everyone talks about, the Tom Brady one that she just like destroyed everyone at. I think I've seen her twice, maybe just once. The problem is these comedians, I really want to talk to all of them. They come to Kingsbury Hall, and if you're not aware of Kingsbury Hall, it's in Salt Lake, kind of up by the U, and it's a very beautiful building. The most uncomfortable seats I've ever sat in my entire life. Like, no room at all. And I have long legs, and I have to constantly keep moving them. That's why I have this need to become rich, because I have to fly first class everywhere. I've only done it once, just FYI. People out there are saying I've flown first class my entire life. That is not the case. And I didn't even pay for it when I flew first class. They upgraded me for free. But I need room to stretch my legs. I don't know if I have bad blood flow or what it is, but like my body falls asleep and I have to keep moving. So, the poor lady next to me, she was as uncomfortable as I was, and I had to keep like rotating my knees and putting my legs up and stuff. And she kept like, every time I'd move, she felt like she was in my way. So she'd like hurry and scoot over. I'm like, I'm so sorry. It's just this horrible seating arrangement. So I think that they should invest in new seats, and then I will go back to Kingsbury Hall. But until then, I will not be going. So Any comedians out there listening to this, do not go to Kingsbury Hall. It is not comfortable for your audience. It is a miserable sitting experience. Also, the airflow is terrible. It's like a super old building, and so the air ducts and stuff just do not cut it. It's not up to standards, up to my code. Anyway, so Nikki Glaser is hosting tonight. She's hilarious. She'll do a great job. And I will be partying away. And I'm getting this done today because I know I'll be tired tomorrow. You know what's the best feeling is when you actually do something ahead of time, and then once the time comes to have that thing done, you're like, oh, it's already done. I don't have to worry about it. It's like tomorrow morning I can get up and I don't have to be like, oh, I gotta go record. I gotta wake up. I gotta get energy. I've gotta, you know what I mean? Like, it's just done. So what's that thing? Do something today your future self will thank you for. Tomorrow's self will thank you for. That's kind of how it is right now. Anyway, Golden Globes tonight. You can stream it. Finally, you can stream it live on Paramount Plus. And you can watch it on CBS. I guess they struck up a 5-year deal. CBS did, which owns Paramount. And yeah, so you can watch it live. So that's fantastic. I'm glad. I've already said it before, but I'm glad these streaming services are getting on board. And I just found out, I was going through my credit card statements. Netflix is $23 a month. Why? Someone on, what was it? Or it must have been Threads, said they were kind of going through each streaming service, and they're like, Netflix cancels everything. HBO gets rid of all the good stuff. Disney either has nostalgia or trash. I can't remember what they said about Hulu, but everything was pretty accurate. And because I think someone asked what ones would you get rid of, and they basically just went through and destroyed all of them. They're just not consistent, and it's really frustrating. And I feel like when I want to watch something, like I was trying to watch The Fight Club the other night, it's not anywhere. You have to rent it. I'm like, really? Out of all these streaming services, I have to rent this movie. It makes no sense to me. But yeah, what else? To go back to my intro. So I got some Fabletics shorts for Christmas, and I actually love them. The only reason I bought them was because I think I've already told you this, but they were on sale. The whole store was 50% off. So I got running shorts, or I guess just workout shorts in general, but one of them was running, and they're this really pretty green color. And I got up, it was Monday, because garbage day is Monday, and I was running, and I ran, I don't even know, 3 miles or something. I was just feeling so good and confident about myself. I decided to take out the trash. So I put on my slippers. I have my music in. I'm going out and take out the trash. The day before was really warm, so a lot of snow melted, and then it snowed a little bit that night, and it must have froze. So I couldn't see all this ice, and I slipped and fell right onto the frozen gravel. And I'm just so glad I don't have any neighbors, because the first thing I thought of was, I'm so glad no one saw that. Second of all, you know, you can just feel blood. You know, when you're just like, yep, there's blood. I'm definitely bleeding. That's kind of how it was. And then I was like, oh no, my shorts. And I got inside and I looked at my shorts and I ripped them. The very first time I wore them. And they're my favorite ones that I bought. I ripped them. So there's that for you guys. And I was in fact bleeding. It wasn't terrible, but there was also a bruise. So yeah, just know that when you are feeling yourself, sometimes the universe will humble you and slap you down just a little bit. This is for my local people in Sanpete County, or people that grew up in Sanpete County. Have you guys seen that Main Street Pizza is no more? If you're not from here, Main Street Pizza, it's like Main Street Pizza in Cavalier. That's like, I guess I should say North Sanpete. That's where like my school district was that I went to high school in. And those were like the two pizza places. And some people like Cavalier more, some people like Main Street more. Main Street, the building they were in, should have been condemned in 1932. But I guess they just continued operation. The bar next to it is like the saddest bar ever. My friends went there once, so like, do you want to come? I was like, I guess. You know, I go a lot of places just because I want to see what it's like. Not necessarily because I want to go. I just want to see the people that are there. I want to see the state of the building or whatever. Like the other night we went to the Chinese market in Salt Lake, which is really cool, by the way. You guys should go if you haven't been. And my friend's like, yeah, so-and-so's meeting up with us. And but they have to leave early because they're going to like a weed party or something. I was like, what is a weed party? She's like, I don't know. And then she started naming off all this stuff that they were going to do there. I'm like, so are we going to go? She's like, no, why would we go? I'm like, aren't you interested to see, when are we going to get this opportunity again to see this weird ass party that they're throwing? And then she's like, yeah, I think it costs like $30. I'm like, oh, yeah, never mind, we're not going. But I just love to go and see things and experience things and just like bizarre random stuff, because when are you going to experience it again? Anyway, went to this Triangle bar, the saddest bar I've ever seen in my life. And that's right next door to where this pizza place is. And in high school, we used to drive by and throw water balloons out the sunroof to the drunk people sitting outside smoking. Anyway, I just want to tell you that story. But yeah, Main Street Pizza is gone. It is no more. And they have several locations. All of them are closed. And the one in Santaquin is turning into Canyon Pizza, which is the pizza place that's in Nephi. They have one in Moab too, and Payson. I was under the impression that they were all bought out by Canyon Pizza, but I don't think that's correct. Everyone that's not from San Pete literally does not care. Even the ones from San Pete probably don't care. But it's just the Santaquin one. It says coming soon, Santaquin Canyon Pizza. So I don't know. I guess it's just the end of an era. I like both the pizza places. Cavalier has this really good, I don't even know if they have it still, lasagna soup. I know it sounds weird, but it's delicious. It's super good. And they have twice, is it twice baked? Or is that the potato? They have baked spaghetti, which is delicious. So if you're in Mount Pleasant, Utah, go to Main Street. No, sorry, that doesn't exist. Cavalier and get baked spaghetti. Okay, so just so you guys are aware, you can leave comments now on episodes on Spotify. And I was going through to copy all the text on my latest episode to post it to my Instagram page. And my friend Chloe, who listens, who I didn't know listen, but thank you so much. I always just get so excited when people are like, I listen to your podcast. I'm like, really? They're like, yeah. I'm like, that like makes me feel so good. It makes me feel special. Anyway, she commented at something about what I said, something, why don't we go play with sticks or something? And I have no idea what I was talking about, but she thought it was funny. So if you're listening to this, Chloe, please message me and tell me what I said about sticks. That was so funny, because honestly, I remember a lot of stuff, but once I speak into this microphone and put it out on the internet, I honestly forget a lot of things I say. So I think I'm going to go back and listen to it. I probably should be doing that anyway, just so I can critique myself and make changes and improve, the listener experience. But it's just so hard to listen to my voice. I feel like a lot of people think that. And isn't it weird to think that we don't really know what we sound like to other people? Because our voice sounds different to us since it's coming out of our mouths and like vibrating differently in our heads. Yeah, so we sound differently to ourselves than we do to other people. But I just feel like a lot of people have that cringe when they hear their voice on camera. I will say it's gotten a lot better. I don't cringe as much as I used to when I hear my voice, but like I definitely understand when people, you don't really hear musicians saying it very much, but actors say it a lot. They won't watch stuff they're in just because it's super uncomfortable for them. That's the same with me on this podcast. Although I have listened to some, but I'll get into people's cars and they'll have the podcast playing or something, and I'll be like, we are not listening to this. I'm not listening to this with you in the car. Sorry. Okay, what else is happening? I said Billie Eilish's tour is already over. That is incorrect. The North American leg is over. She is going to go to, I think, Europe and Australia and some other places. So, my bad. I thought that was a really quick tour. But then again, people are only doing like 7 stadiums in the US now. And they're doing like multiple shows at each stadium. So there's really only so many you can go see. And that's why. Apple TV, by the time this comes out, it'll be over. But they are doing a free trial this last weekend, which I think is a good idea, honestly. Apple TV does have a lot of good shows and movies and stuff. And I just don't understand why they are having such a hard time getting subscribers. I really don't. The biggest company in the world, and they are struggling to have people subscribe to their media channel. what was it? They spent like $20 billion on TV shows and stuff. And it wasn't even a fraction of what Netflix's subscriber count was. I can't even remember some statistic. But they are struggling. They have been struggling since the beginning, which is really surprising to me. But yeah, so they actually are going to have a new show on there. I thought it was a commercial for the Golden Globes, but it's not. It's called The Studio, and it's got I don't want to say Zach Galifianakis, but it's not. It's Seth Rogen. It's got Seth Rogen, Catherine O'Hara. It says Martin Scorsese. I don't know if he's an actor or he just makes a cameo. Zac Efron's in it. These people don't have names on here, like underneath like their character names. So I don't know if these are just cameos. Maybe not. I don't know. Bryan Cranston, Catherine Hahn, Seth Rogen. So it's going to be Usher. So it's going to be pretty good. The synopsis follows a legacy Hollywood movie studio striving to survive in a world where it is increasingly difficult for art and businesses to live together. So basically the commercial I saw, it was them complaining about influencers being on the red carpet at the Golden Globes. But it's like the new norm. And they're like, they don't even go inside. They just come here, get their 15-second clips, and then go home. Which is honestly true. My goal in life is to go to a red carpet. Wouldn't that be so fun? I don't know if I'd be brave enough to interview celebrities, because some of them are just really mean, and I don't know. I wish I didn't get so bugged by mean little comments people say, but sometimes I do, and sometimes I don't. It just really depends. Anyway, it would be kind of fun to go to red carpet. The Studio premieres on March 26th on Apple TV, and I honestly don't even know how much Apple TV is. I think I use my friend Jackson's, but there are good shows on there, you guys. So if you're kind of done with the other streaming services, this one is a good one to get because they have a lot. Plus Severance is coming back. Severance is truly one of the most like mind-bending shows I've ever seen. And it's produced by Ben Stiller, which is kind of cool. But it's got, oh my gosh, why did I forget his name? That is so frustrating. He's from Parks and Rec. What is his name? He's also in Big Little Lies. He's Reese Witherspoon's husband. Well, I just recorded about 5 minutes of clips or whatever this is, and I realized that it was not recording. So it's because I started typing on my laptop computer instead of my desktop computer, and it paused the whatever. Anyway, it's Adam Scott. Adam Scott is the main character in Severance, and it's got the other four, well, I guess there's more than four. The three other main characters really aren't super famous or well known, but Christopher Walken is in it, and Patricia Arquette. Her character, oh my gosh, I love her. I love Patricia Arquette. I feel like she's one of the greatest actresses of all time, and I credit her for making me fall in love with revenge type movies and just revenge in general. Not that I seek revenge on people. I kind of let karma and the universe do that, but just her kissing Kate Barlow character. Are you kidding me? How iconic. How just amazing. Her signature lipstick tube and her kissing the foreheads of these people that she kills, these men that she kills, and then hiding the treasure, not even using the treasure. I just love it. I love it so much, that scene where she's running around with her little gang, and I don't know. I love it. I think about that scene all the time. Anyway, Gwendolyn Christie is also in the new 2025 second season, so this should be pretty good. Looks like it's going to be 10 episodes, or at least that's how many. Yeah, because the rest of them have been 19 episodes. So 10 episodes. We're getting closer. It's not 8, but we'll take it. We'll take what we can get. Let's see. The Kardashians have finally released some footage that they are returning February 6th. It is about time. I wonder, like, I've been waiting for this, I don't know how long, because they usually release 2 seasons per year, and they have not. They've released 1. And I wonder if it's them trying to record more footage or just going back to the drawing board and giving us different footage, because I like the new show, but a lot of people don't. And I think it's because they're just not as vulnerable as they used to be, which is understandable. But I feel like they're at this massive level of fame that we know pretty much everything about them. Like, what's it going to hurt to show little behind the scenes stuff. You know what I mean? Like, that's what made us fall in love with in the first place. Like, Kourtney Kardashian pulling her baby out of her, like, her on camera. And just all the silly little things that happen in their daily lives that we don't see. Like, now it's just, like, big events. It's, like, red carpet appearances. It's the Met Gala. It's photo shoots. Like, it's not really the fun stuff behind the scenes. I think that's why people like micro-influencers right now, is because it's fun just to see the inside of just random people's daily lives. You know what I mean? So yeah, I don't know. I'm excited. February 6th is coming back, and I cannot wait. I love this show. I love the Kardashians. I love the show. Honestly, their products that they sell are, in my opinion, top tier. They're actually well thought out. Khloe Kardashian just released her new fragrance, and I talked about last week, but Kylie released her new powders or something for her Kylie Cosmetics. Yeah, I could talk about it all day. I just love them. Speaking of that, Khloe Kardashian has a new podcast coming back. If you're not aware, her and Scott, I think this was when they did, Kim and Khloe, or Kim and Kourtney take the Hamptons? Which one is it? Anyways, when they go to the Hamptons, and Scott and Khloe have a podcast together. And it didn't really go far, and I honestly didn't know how to even listen to podcasts at that point. So, it doesn't look like Scott's going to be with her, but he is the first guest on the first episode. Comes out January 8th. It's called Khloe in Wonderland. So I wonder why. I wonder if she wanted to do it, or I wonder if it's part of a bigger business plan that we're not aware of yet. I don't know, but I will be listening. Trust, I will be listening. Alanis Morissette and Renee Rapp sang together at Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve. Who's Dick Clark? I feel like I should know if he has a whole New Year's Eve party dedicated to him. I feel like I should know who he is. Anyway, it says in this article, Alanis Morissette, this is, I guess, before it happened. It said, tonight, Alanis Morissette will perform with Renee Rapp during the Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve. However, she won't be just ringing in the new year with some great nostalgic music. She's also celebrating a huge career milestone. Her breakthrough album, Jagged Little Pill, will be 30 years old in 2025. So that's exciting. I always say I'm going to listen to Alanis Morissette, and when I hear her songs like on the radio and stuff, I'm like, yeah, this is really good. Why don't I listen to it more? And I think I'm going to start. Honestly, I'm going to start. This album, I think, was a huge inspiration to Katy Perry for her first album. You can kind of hear hints of it in One of the Boys. It's very, very different than Teenage Dream for sure. It's a little bit more emo, I guess you could say. So there's that. The Cybertruck exploded at Trump Hotel, and apparently it was a planned attempt. I don't know much about it. I don't know if anyone got hurt, but the video was crazy. I only wish the rest of them had exploded as well. I hate them. I hate them so much. Me and my cousin saw one last Sunday, actually, in a tiny little town in our county. I'm like, what is that doing here? Like, what is that doing here? My cousin was complaining about something, and then she looks over and sees the Cybertruck. She's like, oh, great. And now that, now I'm even more upset. If there's one thing I love, it is a Cybertruck hate video. I love the Cybertruck hate TikToks. I love them so much. I will never not laugh. I will never not like or repost. I love them because I hate them. Gypsy Rose has given birth to a baby girl. It says motherhood is in full bloom. This is from E! News. For Gypsy Rose Blanchard, the life after lockup's star. They say she's the star of it. That's just a funny way to phrase that. I don't know. It's just funny that she's a celebrity. You know what I mean? Anyway, shared an update on her well-being after giving birth to her first child, a baby girl named Aurora Urker, with partner Ken Urker on December 28th. Almost a week postpartum, Gypsy 33 wrote on her Instagram story January 3rd, feeling more energized. Her post also included a selfie showing her offering a small smile while dressed casually in a beige tank top. That's a weird way to say that. A small smile. Have you guys ever heard that? I'm going to start small smiling. Inside, is that just the white person smile? The white person smirk? You know what I mean? I do that a lot. And after every time I do it, I'm like, oh God, why did I do that? It's so awkward. But it's uncomfortable when you're walking past somebody, you don't know what to do. Anyway, indeed, the year has already started on a high note for Gypsy, who was released from prison in December 2023 after serving time for her role in her mom, Claudine Dee Dee Blanchard's 2015 murder. On New Year's Day 2025, Ken announced the arrival of the little girl, sharing a photo of him and Gypsy gazing lovingly at their newborn in the hospital. He captioned the Instagram post, welcoming 2025 with the greatest gift of all. I want to go back to the Kardashians. I really hope that they show some of the footage, or at least talk about them going to visit the Menendez brothers in prison. I really, really hope that's true. Her and Kim and Cooper, they went and visited the brothers in prison. And I just want to know how that went. I want to know everything. I want to know all the gossip. Oh, okay, here we go. This is a lot, and I wrote down just a fraction, a minuscule, tiny little fraction of this massive lawsuit that has been brought to attention. So, Blake Lively has obviously released... they don't call it a lawsuit. They call it something else. I don't know what it is. Law stuff is hard. I don't understand how... There's just so many words. There's so many big words. There's so many ways they say them that just don't make sense. And I'm like, how do you comprehend... Like, kudos to anybody who is a lawyer, honestly, because I can't even imagine how hard and how exhausted your brains are by the end of the day. Anyway, Justin has fired back, though, with a $250 million lawsuit against the New York Times, and I think Blake Lively's included in that because the New York Times helped Blake release a story that was full of false information and holes, and it just wasn't accurate, which tells me that they have been working on this for a long time. And I wonder if they were even going to do a lawsuit until Blake did something, because it was pretty quickly that they filed this. And he, as we all know, Justin hired a, what do they call it? A crisis management company in the middle of filming, and people thought that was bizarre. No. He hired them after, was it after the movie had already come out or just before, when all the bad press was happening? Either way, people thought that was a shady thing, but it's turning out to be understood why he did it. Here's just some of the things I've written down. There are so many people talking about it on TikTok that can discuss it way better than I can and actually go into detail. Like, people have read this entire lawsuit, and I'm like, you know what? Good for you. I'm not going to. Basically, he has proof that he hired an intimacy coordinator, which basically helps with like sex scenes in movies. And Blake said that he did not, and he refused to hire one or something. But he has literally text messages of him texting Blake saying, hey, I found an intimacy coordinator. I think she's great. I would love for you guys to like get on a FaceTime and meet together. And she said, no, that's okay. We'll just meet during filming. And he's like, okay, which is literally the exact opposite of what Blake said happened. Has text from Blake telling him he can come in her trailer and talk. She said, I'm pumping right now, but you can come in and we can talk. And he's like, no, that's okay. I'll wait till another time. Which she stated that he just barged into her trailer anytime he wanted to, pretty much. Basically, he has proof of all these doctored text messages between him and Blake. And honestly, it says that this lawsuit isn't just for him. It's for companies involved with making this movie. It's other, employees of this movie. So like, it's not just him that has a problem with her. It's pretty much everybody. It says Blake took over the wardrobe department. She claims the clothes in the interview. She would claim that the clothes were hers, but then she would say, like, I don't dress like this in real life. And it's like, so are these clothes yours or not? Like, what's going on? Like, they had already, it said that they had a budget of $500,000 for wardrobe, which is a literally insane amount of money. And she came in after everything was all done, all the styles were put together and everything, and just started changing things and was just belittling to the costume designer and, just basically hard to work with, as everyone has been saying. Ryan Reynolds apparently yelled at Justin. They said it was at their apartment and there were other celebrities around, so I don't know if it was a party or something. I don't know what was going on. but they just said it was super awkward, and he was like basically belittling him and like just yelling, and he didn't know what to do. Obviously, how awkward would that be? Blake kept threatening to quit every time she wasn't getting her way. She'd just be like, well, it'd be a shame if the film had to hire someone new, or it would suck to have to go through all this and refilm all these, scenes. It's basically just like, if I don't get my way, this is going to be really miserable for you guys. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, Justin, it says in the lawsuit they were asking for a jury trial, which apparently means it would go in their favor because the evidence is pretty clear who's in the wrong here. And then they want to expedite this whole process. But I guarantee you this thing will be dragged out for years, a couple years at least. I would be pleasantly surprised, if we got to see, quicker turnaround of these things. But like the Amber Heard and Johnny Depp trial drug on for 5 years or something. It was a long, long time. So I think that's how this will be. But it says that Ryan and Blake still want the rights to the other movie, because there's like a prequel to this book. It Starts With Us, I guess is what it's called. And I'm like, this is damaged. No one's gonna watch this. Like, I mean, maybe some will. Maybe I shouldn't say that, but everyone has like a certain feeling about Blake right now, and just the movie in general. And I don't think it'll do well. I think you should just leave it, move on. I don't. Why would you want to make another one? I heard this somewhere. It said Justin claims at a premiere for the movie, him and his friends were held in a room until Blake and her friends and family did press and red carpet, and then went inside the theater. And then Justin's family and friends were escorted to a different theater to watch the movie. So they couldn't even watch the movie together. So yeah, there's much more. That's just kind of the things that I picked up. And I guarantee there will be so much more that comes out about this. But I don't know. There was an interview with Justin's lawyer. He was on, I don't know, one of those Good Morning America, Today Show, whatever. And he's like, we are fully confident that we're going to win this thing. Like, we are for sure going, as hard as we can. We're going to present every single piece of evidence that we have. And there's a lot of evidence, and we're not afraid. And everyone's like, ooh, I would be very scared for Blake and Ryan at this point. But people are just kind of turning on them. They do have a point. They say they each play the same character over and over again. And I'm like, that is kind of true. Like, I don't know. I just feel like Ryan always plays the silly, goofy, smart-ass character. And Blake always plays like the Serena Vanderwoodson type character. I don't know. I like both of them. They're not doing well right now. And I don't like the way they treat people. So there is that. Simone Biles is Sports Illustrated Sportsperson of the Year. She's the most decorated gymnast in history. I was going to say in gym history, just in history. She has 11 medals and 30 world championship medals. Don't know what the difference is between them. I guess the medals are probably Olympic medals, but she won 4 at the Paris Olympics. So that's exciting. The 2026 Winter Olympics will be in Milan, which I thought was interesting. And I don't know, it snowed in Italy. I mean, I don't know. I guess it probably can, obviously. But there's a lot of these places that don't even have snow when they are doing the Olympics. They just like make fake snow. And the 2028 Summer Olympics will be in Los Angeles, which will be probably a nightmare for traffic and everything. They're trying to make tons of public transportation. I think there are some venues that won't even allow cars to be parked there because they don't want people driving. So that would be nice, but could you imagine you'd have to leave hours early to get there. It'd be insane. It wouldn't be worth it, honestly, at that point. Did you guys see this? Apparently this is old news, but I saw a TikTok about it. Sally from Cars, they have a Porsche that is built after her, and it's really cute. And it has the Cars logo kind of on the inside of the door. It has houndstooth blue and black seats. It has like the signature. It has her tramp stamp on the back. And guess how much it sold for? $3.6 million at Sotheby's auction. I don't know when that was. I don't know when that was because they said the car was built in 2022. And I saw this TikTok literally like 4 days ago. So I don't know if this auction happened recently and it resold for 3.6, but it is a pretty car. And it's the shade of blue that she is. Speaking of that, though, I reposted a thing on TikTok of Larry the Cable Guy talking about cars, and he's like getting so emotional. And they're like, they say you said cars changed your life, and he's like, well, yeah, it's Pixar. Pixar is huge. Pixar has huge movie stars, and he said they contacted him in 2004, I think it was, about it, and he accepted it. And then went in and did a film test with, what's the guy's name? He doesn't work there anymore. He's like the head of Pixar, or was at the time. He was like the creator of Pixar. Why did you forget his name? That is so annoying. Anyway, he did a read through with him, and they said he was laughing so hard. And Larry's like, "Oh, I'm glad you like it." And then he started getting more comfortable and adding like "dadgum" and all this stuff, like these sayings that Mater says in it. And then he said he didn't hear from them for like 6 or 7 months, and he finally called, and they're like, he's like, did it go a different way? I thought it was going great. And they're like, no, John Lasseter, that's who the guy is. They said that John Lasseter liked his character Mater so much and the way he was acting him that they were rewriting the script to have more Mater in the movie. And I don't know. It's just it's a cute TikTok. It's an interview he's doing, and he's like starts crying. He's like, it's just, I love it. I love that show so much. I love Mater. I love the opportunity to be doing it. Yeah. So I just love tender moments like that. He's like, sorry, I'm an emotional guy. I wouldn't expect him to be emotional. Also, do you know how much he's worth? It's kind of staggering. I kind of have an idea in my mind because I've already looked it up before, but I'm going to make sure. Larry, the Cable Guy. Oh, here we go. Net worth. These aren't entirely accurate, but pretty much. $100 million. That is insane. That is a lot of money. Wouldn't you feel so... I mean, people hate the rich people. I understand. I get it. But wouldn't you feel so confident and so accomplished? I mean, some people don't. It says Forbes pegged his income at $20 million a year and noted that he nets $3 million annually from his Get Her Done merchandise alone. Jeez. Yeah, I mean, obviously making tons of money isn't everything, but it is kind of a clear indication of a very successful career. So hopefully I can get to that point at one day in my life. Jeff Bezos' yacht was rated. It is worth $500 million. The yacht is called Koru, I think is the name of it. Yeah. So Jeff wasn't in... What am I trying to say? In attendance on this yacht trip, but his fiance, Lauren Sanchez, was, and also her ex-boyfriend, which I thought was very interesting. I mean, good for him. He literally gets to chart around the world in one of the richest men's yachts. But yeah, the yacht is worth $500 million. Can't even imagine. And it says that, I've already talked about this, but they got engaged last year, Lauren and Jeff, and her wedding ring is a 20-carat pink diamond. Can you imagine the security she has? I mean, it's got to be like Secret Service level security. That is just unreal. Apparently they were in St. Bart's, and the customs department raided the boat, and they were there for like 3 hours, and there's pictures of Lauren, and she's so unfazed. She's sunbathing, she's laughing with the customs people, she's like just living her best life. Obviously she's in a Versace swimsuit, and apparently nothing went wrong. I don't know why they were raided, but yeah, I can imagine if they found something that we would have heard about it by now. I don't know, just what an interesting life. I really want to start flying private, you guys. We were talking about this last night at dinner. Airports delaying flights and how annoying it is and how inconvenient it is. I'm like, that's just why we gotta fly private. I know. We hate private jets, but at the same time, you can't tell me you wouldn't fly private if you got the opportunity to. I would be shocked if someone denied it. And honestly, if you did deny it, I think you're very pick me. You give me pick me vibes, because why wouldn't you fly in a private plane? I would take that chance in a heartbeat. And one day I will. I will. It's just something I gotta look forward to. I'm just like basking in the poorness right now until I become rich. I'm manifesting that in this current moment, and one day I'll fly first class all the time, everywhere I go, even if it's a hour flight, like Lisa Barlow says. Let's see. Melanie Martinez, she has a candle line, apparently. They're $75, but they're really cool. They look like dinosaur eggs. There's, I don't know, 13 of them. One is called Death, Void, Tunnel Vision, Ferrero Rocher. No, that's the chocolate company. I do not know how to say that. It looks like Ferrero Rocher, but it's not. Light Shower, Spiderweb, Leeches, Battle of Larynx, The Contortionist, Moon Cycle, Nymphology, Evil, and Womb. I always say evil like Barnacle. No. What's his name? Barnacle Boy. Oh my gosh, why did I just forget his Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy? Oh my god, I'm going crazy. Evil. Tom Holland says that he is going to disappear out of the limelight once he has kids, which makes me very sad. I feel like we've heard that before. I feel like Cameron Diaz says she was done with acting and now she's back. I literally just saw an advertisement for her new movie coming out with Jamie Foxx. I feel like Angelina Jolie was similar in that she didn't really care to work anymore, and now she's back and doing all this press for her new movie that's, up for all these awards. So I wouldn't take that. I would take that with a grain of salt. But it is sad. He said, once I have kids, you'll never see me again. It'll be golf and family. He's like, I'll just disappear. I'm like, I mean, I get it. You probably made tons and tons of money, but at the same time, how lucky are you to have the job you do and to be able to do what you do, and you're just going to throw it away? I don't know. I feel like that's kind of a slap in the face to a lot of people. Oh, well, it's not my life. I'll get over it. This one's sad. Aubrey Plaza, she's from Parks and Rec. She plays April. She's also from the second season of White Lotus. She's hilarious. She's so funny. But her husband was found dead in their house, and that's really, really sad. And apparently it was suicide, which, it's just devastating, honestly. And I hope she's doing okay, because how awful would that be? I was going through some articles and I forgot she told the story on the Ellen show about how they got married. It was during COVID. And she's like, yeah, it was our 10th anniversary. And she's like, we should just get married. He's like, where are we going to find someone to get us married in less than a day or something? So she Googled and found a guy that just goes around and does people's weddings for them last minute. And they got married. But apparently he was an independent filmmaker, and he worked on the show Life and Beth. I don't know if it's a show or a movie. But yeah, that's really, really sad. I cannot imagine losing someone you love like that. It'd be hard. Oh, the heartbreak. Could you imagine? I hope she's doing okay. I hope she has friends and family support around her, because what a hard time. And I feel like she's kind of the person that would mourn quietly. She wouldn't want people around her. I could be wrong. But, yeah, I don't know. What a hard pill to swallow. And, yeah, let's move on from that sad thing. This story's not even much better, but it says Ozzy Osbourne says he once drank 28 gallons of alcohol to get through Christmas. So that makes me feel a little bit better about drinking my Alani. I have not yet stuck to my resolution. In fact, I have doubled down and drank more Alani than I usually do. But I think I'm slowly phasing out. I found that I don't like to drink them just by themselves. I have to drink them with something. And I think that goes hand in hand with my savory and sweet tooth. Like, I think that's why I like ketchup so much, just because it's sweet and I put it on savory food. I don't like drinking them just plain. So I think that's why I love my favorite snack of all time is Ritz peanut butter crackers with a cold, crisp Alani. That is just, oof. When I get to wake up in the gym and have one of those before I go, no, did I say wake up in the gym? When I get to wake up and go to the gym, I get so excited. Like, to go to bed the night before, I'm like, I get to wake up and I have my cold Alani and my Ritz peanut butter crackers to get me some energy to go to the gym. Like, I love it. I love it so much. But I don't like them alone. So, yeah, I don't know what to do. I honestly don't. I think I might switch back to Zip Fizz to kind of wean me off of Alani. But something's got to change because it's getting a little out of hand. Okay, this last thing. I feel like I've been talking for 4 hours and it's only been 45 minutes. Nicki Minaj is not doing so hot right now. She... what is this? I don't want this. She is being sued by a former employee. I'm on the sketchiest site right now, you guys. This is so scary to be on. I gotta hurry and read this so I can exit out of it. Oh my gosh, this... Yeah, okay, hang on. Let me hurry and read. It says Nicki Minaj sued for alleged assault and battery by former manager Brandon Garrett. American rapper Nicki Minaj is facing legal troubles as a former employee has filed a lawsuit against her, alleging assault and emotional distress. What's the difference between distress and duress? Does anybody know? The lawsuit filed by Brandon Garrett claims that Minaj struck him during an altercation backstage at the Little Caesars Arena. How can you take anything seriously when you are in a fight at Little Caesars Arena? On April 21st, Garrett was reportedly serving as a day-to-day manager for Minaj's Pink Friday 2 tour at the time of the incident. In a complaint submitted by the Los Angeles Superior Court, Garrett alleged that Minaj, whose real name is Onika Mirage, hit him multiple times during a confrontation following one of her concerts. He accused the Grammy-nominated rapper of an intentional infliction... Oh my gosh. Sorry, all these ads keep popping up. Infliction of emotional distress, asserting that the incident caused him significant trauma. They always say that. Garrett is seeking both punitive and general damages for alleged assault. Nicki Minaj's legal team has strongly refuted the allegations. Her attorney, Jed Burstein, dismissed the claims as baseless. But I was like half asleep today and I woke up and was on TikTok and I just heard Nicki Minaj could be arrested at any moment. And I literally just opened my notes app and typed in Nicki Minaj. And luckily I remembered what they were talking about. But anyway, yeah, so I think that's it, you guys. Sorry, I don't have more stuff to talk about. Let me try to think of if there is something I can talk about. Watch the Golden Globes tonight. They have a bunch of new covers for W Magazine with a lot of good people on them, honestly. Let me go to my Instagram and pull it up because... let's see. There are a lot of good people on here. W Magazine. And I'm wondering how many people will actually be on the covers or how many covers they'll release. Look, there's Selena Gomez. There's Ariana Grande. There's Cynthia Erivo. There is... oh, hang on. Why isn't it showing all of them? I think Nicole Kidman's on one. They have one of all the guys that are in films this year. The picture of Andrew Garfield is going wild on the internet because he looks really good. Oh yeah, Angelina Jolie. Who else is on here? Saoirse Ronan, Tilda Swinton, Adrian Brody, Nicole Kidman, Zoe Saldana, Daniel Craig, Mia Goth, Paul Mescal, Demi Moore, Coleman Domingo, Zendaya. Like, this is just insane. Yeah, so I hope they release all of these. Could you imagine? I went to Barnes & Noble last night, and I had the time of my life. I actually got a puzzle. It's Great Gatsby themed puzzle. You guys, I'm so excited. I got that, and I got a 90s themed puzzle. So it has things like the Titanic cover, has Friends, Thelma and Louise. It has, like, just 90s nostalgia thing. I'm super obsessed. I cannot wait to do all those while I watch my movies. Anyway, thank you for listening. I released a new Patreon episode. It is about things to look forward to in 2025. It is about stuff that happened in 2024. It is about my favorite music and movies and TV shows in 2024. So I hope you will subscribe to that and listen. And it's just a little bit more content from me. I appreciate everyone that listens to this. And what else? I have a new TikTok page. I'm on the phone with KCK. Oh, that's what I was going to talk about. Yeah, we're close to TikTok being gone. I think we have 14 days, right? TikTok ban. Oops. Is TikTok banned in the USA as of April? No, this is old. Come on. Anyway, it's happening soon. January 16th, I want to say. Does that sound right to anybody? Anybody out there? That's a Thursday, so it doesn't really make much sense, but I don't know. Do you guys think they'll get rid of it, or do you think it'll stay? I have a hard time believing they will get rid of it. And I guess Donald Trump requested that they hold off on this until he gets into office because he wants to look at it. He credits TikTok a lot for getting the younger generation to vote for him, and he credits his son for getting him on podcasts, interviews, and stuff like that he normally wouldn't think of. So he does have kind of a soft spot for TikTok. So I don't know. He might come and save the day. They might not listen to him. I just don't understand why they're doing this to us. But at the same time, I always think, I'm like, maybe it'll be a good thing that it gets taken away from me. But also, there's one thing I thought about yesterday, and it'll make me really, really sad if they get rid of it, because it'll be the official end of something that makes me really sad / happy. But anyway, I'll keep that for myself. Thanks for listening. Go follow me on all these social platforms. Tell everyone you know about me and the podcast. And if there's anything you guys want me to talk about, any celebrities I miss, I know I don't talk about country people out often, or what else do I not talk about? I'm just like a main pop girly. I'm sorry. I try and get into these indie films and stuff, and I don't know why I don't love them that much, but I will talk about them if you request it. As long as it's someone who's not super problematic and you want me to talk positively about them, let me know, because I will do it. I love when people message me and talk about the podcast and talk about celebrities. And when people message me about stuff I haven't, like, my friend Carly messaged me about Chloe's podcast. I didn't even know it was a thing until last night, and she sent it to me. I was like, oh, I am so excited about this. Hang on, there's one other thing that I want to double check. Apparently, it came up on Google. So, I don't know. Hang on, I'm going to pause this really quick. Okay, I have searched for like 5 minutes and cannot find anything that they're fighting, Mariah Carey and Megan Roney. So, the only thing that pulls up is Mariah Carey on Meghan Markle's podcast. So I wonder if people are getting confused about that. If anyone out there knows if there's any beef between these two, let me know, and I will talk about it later. But as of now, that's it. Have a great week. And they call, what is it, the second week in January, second Friday, Quitter's Day, because that's when most people quit their resolutions. So don't let that be you. Let's make 2025 an amazing year. Anyway, bye.